Hey, you
Boom.
guys! Day 32!
32.
You should be so proud.
You have made it this far.
What an accomplishment.
Maybe it took 90 days
Who knows how many
knows?
days it took, but you made it right
to 32.
here. Tomorrow, very special, big, huge day
Boom.
to set your marriage apart in a reconsecration of your little lovey love
Oh, yeah, definitely what
to
she said.
Jesus, who is love.
Lovely, love. Yes,
Don't rush
guys.
forward.
Your marriage is a consecration, right? Like you are set apart to be Christ in the world and to reveal God's love in the world. And we get to do that tomorrow. We're all about saying, once again, husband and wife, I choose to set my marriage apart for Jesus Christ, which is incredible.
Everyday choice.
And today's reading is so powerful, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all about Therese. She's like, hey, I don't want to be a saint by halves. I want to go all in.
Yeah.
100%. Do you want to go all in?
I want to go all in.
wanna go all
By this
in.
point in our journey, I think we're all on board that Jesus is the only way, the only
Only.
truth, the
Only
only life, that he offers everything and leaves nothing.
She just hit me in the face.
I really like to talk with my
Yeah.
hands.
She's getting all Italian on us tonight.
Listen, the Lord takes nothing from you and
Yeah.
offers everything. So we want to go all in for Jesus. And Saint Therese puts it perfectly when she says, I do not want to be a saint by halves.
Yep.
I choose all.
Yeah, so
everything.
if God's putting out a bunch of different things to you with
Mhm.
poverty, chastity, and obedience, you're like, well, how much should we do?
Right.
How much should we give? Just like take on the mentality of Therese. Like, hey, I'm going to choose all. We're going to go all in as a family.
Yeah.
We want to give as much as God asks us to give, right? And so we want to encourage you just to go all in and to say, man, I want to, guys, we have one life to live. And the question isn't like, like at the end of your days, what do you want your legacy to be? And I just want to look back at my life when I die and just think that, like, man, I left everything on the field of battle for Jesus. That it wasn't like I lived for myself. It wasn't that I lived for this world. I just lived all in for Jesus. And I don't know if you think about death often. I love thinking about death. I don't know why. I'm a little creepy. But I
It's
just...
morbid. Well, like St. Francis.
Yeah.
Can I talk about that? That St. Francis, when you look at his statues, a lot of times you'll see a skeleton there, right? He'll have a skull, not a full skeleton.
Not a whole skeleton. That's
but just
awkward,
a skull.
yeah.
And you'd be like, what is this, like a Halloween decoration? Like, why is there a skull?
Boo.
Because St. Francis always said, let your death be always before you. So we begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
We have a destination on this journey, and it ain't restoration hardware.
No. So we think about heaven, we live for heaven, but we also think about, well, what mark am I going to leave in this world?
Yeah.
And am I going to leave it all out for Jesus? And I just love this idea of I choose all, right? Like every day is a choice. And it wasn't that Therese said, hey, I pick all the easy stuff. It's I choose all. Like I'm going to choose every cross, every sacrifice, and every day is another choice. And yesterday, you may have started this retreat and you've already like kind of stunk at some of the things you wanted to commit to. And you're like, dang it, we weren't who we wanted to be. And were we who we wanted to be like every day this week? Probably not, right? Like
or every minute this day.
Yeah, no. And that's what's so awesome about Jesus Christ. He says, behold, I make all things new. So every minute's new, every day's new, every week's new, and every year's new. And God says, I'm going to make you new. And your marriage is always new. It's always fresh. Your choice to live for me is always new and always fresh. And you get the freedom to make that choice. And every day we want to wake up and say, I choose all.
And what you read on the first day, that marriage will have its ups and downs and its difficulties, all of that isn't erased by day 2 through 32, right? We don't erase the mentality that marriage continues to be difficult, that every day there is a struggle. But what is unconditional love if there aren't difficulties? So your children and your spouse see your imperfections. Let them love you. This whole stinking journey. I know you hate when I do that because it shakes the thing. But you still love me because without condition, right? This whole journey comes back to that love that we say in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad. I will honor you and love you all the days of my life. And Jesus Christ is saying that to you, to your heart. When you're sick, when you're dirty, when you're nasty, when you're beat down, when you're exhausted, when you're panicking with anxiety, behold, I will love you, honor you, cherish you all the days of your life. I choose all of that love. I want it all.
Amen. So we don't want to be a saint by halves. We
Nope.
don't want to be a husband by halves or a
Mm-mm.
wife by halves or
Mm-mm.
a parent by halves.
I'm gonna need that whole package.
We don't want. Yeah, she wants it all. And when we don't want our kids to be saint by halves. So
No.
today and all days, wake up and just say, "I choose all." You choose all.
Oh, I'm all
right,
in,
I'm
baby.
all in. I'm all in. I hope you're all in. We're pushing it in, all in.
Okay.
Because if
Oh, right, because
it's like poker. It's poker, yeah.
Right.
And if we're wrong, like if this isn't, like if we live, it's folly, right? Like if we live our life all in for Jesus Christ, it's this incredible act of faith that, hey, listen, I believe so much in you that my life is crazy to the rest of the world because you're all that matters, Jesus.
You drive me
There you go.
crazy.
We needed to have a song.
I just can't speak.
Yeah.
What's up, Britney Spears?
All right, see you guys tomorrow. Where's the button? See ya.